All right, what's good, everybody? I'm here, the kid DC Wrestling, here to bring you guys your Friday, December 10th, 2021 edition of Friday Night Smackdown. Overall, I thought Smackdown was actually pretty good for the most part, so not gonna waste any time, man. I'm gonna get to it. We kick things off with the man himself. Sami Zayn comes out. He calls himself the toughest man in WWE history. Just goes in about how what happened last week and stuff like that with the Roman Reigns Universal title match. Paul Heyman comes out there, and Paul Heyman tells him that he's doing his people stick because his people run the show. So, Paul Heyman is going in on Sami Zayn, and it's crazy because who comes out next? The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out, man. He's wearing overhauls, which is insane. But yeah, he's laughing. He's basically questioning Sammy, like, Sammy, what are you doing, man? Like, you know fully well why last week had to happen. He tells him to think about it and stuff like that. And, says that Sammy was never really going to beat Reigns that night. So I kind of did you a favor there. Anyways, after all that, man, Sammy doesn't take it. But Lesnar's like, dude, like, let's hang out. Let's go hunting. Let's go fishing. And Sammy's over here like, dude, like, I'm a vegan. Like, no. And all this basically leads to Brock destroying the male nurses and, of course, destroying Sami Zayn, as you see in the thumbnail. And yeah, that was the opening segment of SmackDown. I enjoyed this segment, man. This was entertaining. Brock Lesnar is just freaking amazing on the mic. He is just charismatic and just superior. And Sammy is just entertaining as hell. And this whole segment was just a really good opener to SmackDown tonight. So after all this, man, we get Los Luthores versus Rick Boogs and the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura in the tag team match playa. So these two teams were facing off against one another again. And trust me, this ain't gonna be the last time they face off. So they go on that pretty match, but in the end, Shinsuke Nakamura, hits the King Shasha. So this is a squash match for the most part. So I mean, we've seen these two fight already. So it's like, okay, this is like Monday Night Raw, rematch. So yeah, but Shinsuke and Rick, they get the win there. A lot of tag teams tonight. Anyways, we see an old rivalry being renewed. Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre, which, this past Raw, this past year, they had a lot of series of matches against one another, and my goodness, they were all just really, really good. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. But tonight, man, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre come out, and they go on to have another, what was a pretty good match, back and forth. But in the end, Drew hits the Claymore kick out of nowhere. Of course, he gets the win, and it was good, man. It was really good. So, yeah, really good match. And of course, we see Matt Cat Moss and Baron Corbin, happy Baron Corbin, questioning, well, talking about Drew's sword. So, yeah. Next, this rivalry's been going, these two ladies been going at it. Sonya Deville versus Naomi. Like I said before, these two ladies have been feuding for the past few months now. Sonya has just been making Naomi's life a living hell ever since she's been coming on the SmackDown. Um, yeah, yeah. Now when we think we're gonna get the match, Deville says they're gonna get the match, but first she has a few surprises. Natalya comes out; she's a special guest ring announcer, and then Shayna Baszler is the special guest timekeeper. But of course, in the end, man, Naomi fights, and she is surrounded by Natalya, Baszler, and Deville on the apron. But of course, who do we see? The debut Exile Lee. They've been playing some vignettes on her, but she is finally on SmackDown, and she takes out Natalya, and of course, Naomi takes out Baszler. So yeah, really, really nice up and coming for Exile Lee, and I'm expecting big things for her, especially on SmackDown. So I'm really excited to see her finally on SmackDown. Hope she has a good run for herself. All right, next we had the Championships contender match, man. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Toni Storm. I thought this match was already going to happen at day one, but of course this is championship contender, so I guess Tony's got to beat Charlotte in order to beat Charlotte again, but this time it's for the women's title. These two women going to have a solid match. Flair keeps stomping Well, the referee warned Storm, but Flair keeps stomping. So Tony Storm wins this match by DQ. So I'm guessing that, since Tony technically won, she still gets Charlotte. So we're going to most likely get, without a shadow of a doubt, Tony Storm versus Charlotte Flair at day one. If not, probably on the SmackDown Christmas or something. I don't know. All right, next to that, man, we got the main event. We get the Raw Tag Team Champs RK Bro taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champs, the Usos, versus the New Day in a triple threat tag team match. Player, my God, man, was this a great match? This is a really good match, man. Really good main event for SmackDown. With the tag teams just showing the world these guys are just great at what they do. But of course, man, in the end, the New Day get the win and the New Day stand tall. And that's how SmackDown ends, man. So, yeah, this is a pretty good match. It's kind of crazy they had the Raw Tag Team Champs come over considering they're on Raw. But, hey, it was a great tag team match, so it was there. And that was my SmackDown review. So I hope you guys enjoyed my SmackDown review for December 10th. I was going to do winners coming prediction this week, but, AEW, they're still uploading the card, so that should be out. I want to say maybe Monday or Tuesday, of course. I also we talked about Jeff Hardy with his release. And, yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Remember to subscribe to the channel, of course, man. We got to get this sub rolling, man. We on the road to 500 subs, you know what I'm saying? So, but of course, liking and commenting is also appreciated as well. But this has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so, yeah.